Yeah, so Kane has has been limited because he's got a scaphoid or something going on his wrist. So, but he's tough. He's doing everything that he can other than the live work and the pressing. So he's done really good. And Keith and Vontae have been grinding, and they're running in there with that second group, rotating some and making plays. They're physical, playing faster, learning from some mistakes, and happens really fast now. And now that you're in there, of course, none of those guys were here a year ago in the spring. So this is their first time to really slow down and get a ton of reps. Even in fall camp, you're just not getting that kind of repetitions that you would if you're here in spring ball. So they're showing some again. Just having a lot of time in the film room. It shows. They most part know what to do and again, learn from some of their mistakes, but great group of guys that can run and hit, and very tough and very committed.
Dabo said Skowski stood out the other day like a different, like he's taking another level.
Yeah.
You seen that too?
Yeah, just even more of a leader. The games, just having all that experience, 15 games under his belt. The game has really slowed down for him, and playing just very precise, in everything that he's doing. And he was playing multiple positions right now and can do it all at a really high level, and so helps create some depth there, so that somebody gets banged up, he can do more than one thing. But been really pleased with Jamie and his leadership and how he's playing right now.
Now starting year 2, removed from his red shirt, are you happy with the strides that KJ is making it?
Yeah, he's put on, again, just leaned up even more, and just put on the right kind of size and strength, and the experience for him was great, and we spent a lot of time in the month that we had to really look at the things that we didn't do well as a defense, and even when we might have made the play, how can we make it better? And there's so much of that, because if you looked at just the end result, we played really good defense, but there's so much that we can be better at, and I can't say that enough. And with our footwork and our pad level and our eyes and just striking and knocking people back, and really, our challenge to our defense as a whole. Of course, we've got a lot of work to do with our back seven. A lot. And then up front, reestablishing ourselves, from a defensive line standpoint. And we need to be able to overwhelm people, and we need to be able to knock people back. And when the game's on the line, that's a group we need to hang our hat on. So the challenge has been made, and a lot of work to do to get to that point where you feel like we can, again, go overwhelm people. And it starts with attitude, and it's fundamentals, and it's being physical.
How with that back seven, is Landon Xander's one of the guys you're looking towards to make that step up?
Yeah, has to. You just can't find guys off the street. He's a guy. I say that, he's got to be a guy. That group of guys, they got to come through and feel great about him. Coach Kahn's done a great job of getting them to a point where they can go compete, know what to do, but the skill set is there. We've got, again, length and instincts and good speed. Guys can cover. We feel like we got good range, so we're not limited in what we can do in the back end. And again, a group of guys that are very coachable, that put in a lot of work so far. They up to this point, have showed a willingness to. You got to work on your craft on your own too. We only get so much time. So we can't want the success for them more than they want it for themselves. And so there's a if you're about the right stuff, you'll do whatever it takes. And so far it's been a group of guys that are very willing to put the time in. Because you got to put the time in. You can't just show up and by osmosis become a good player. You got to really grind, and it's got to go well beyond the practice field and the weight room and the film room and all the extras, and just making good decisions socially. All those things play a part into that, and we've been blessed for the most part to have guys that haven't been distracted and that are willing to put the work in, and then again stick to it. When success doesn't happen right away, you have a bad day, come back and fight harder, and that's what it's all about. And the guys that can do that, the teams that can do that, at the end of the spring, at the end of the summer, you're going to have a chance to win a bunch of games. So that's leadership, that's finding a role, that's finding an identity, and all those kind of things. Right now, we're really just trying to get better at the fundamentals, understanding what we do, we're rolling a lot of guys in and out at all 3 levels, and you know, chemistry and cohesion and the reestablishment, if you will, that will take place over time. You know, it's I don't anticipate, you know, anointing anybody, you know, by the end of the spring. To be honest, it's a process, and it's a commitment, and it's consistency, and but it's exciting. Like I said, it's a really, again, talented group of guys that have a humility about them, and so far seems to have a toughness about them, because it's tough what we ask them to do.